Did save quite a bit of the books because they will not be able to be sold because they're ARCs or they're signed copies that are personalized. However, I still wound up getting rid of all these books. These will leave me today. I'm taking them to Nashville to be sold. And then I have a special project that I'm going to do with some of the books that I kept for different reasons. So there's going to be some cool videos like rereading books I hated in a different format, because some of them I listened to them on audiobook but I didn't physically read them, so we'll see if that makes a difference. And then just giving books that I was worried about a try, so we'll see what happens. Here are the books that I kept. I did keep the Abby Glines. I think I should at least give it a try, and if I don't like it, I can try to sell the whole set. I think I'll get a lot more money from that than I would have taking it to the buyback place. Also, these duologies, I thought I would probably like them, so I kept these two. I kept these two. The Magonia, y'all wanted me to read. It's also a duology, so I might give it a shot. This one is signed to me, so I can't sell it. And then this author, I kept buying her books, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna probably wind up keep buying her books until I read one and know if I'll like her or not. And then another duology. There might actually be a third one for that, so I just really like the covers, to be honest. This one is an ARC, so I couldn't sell it. This one was signed to me, signed to me, signed to me. Second book where I already read the first book, which was The Compound, which I did like. So I think I just need to suck it up and get through this one so that I can finish the duology, because I really did like Compound, and the more I thought about it without alcohol, the more I wanted to keep it. This is the thing. This is my like sober reaction of like, let's keep some of these books. I still got rid of 200, so like I did good. Like I got rid of it like exactly 200 because I counted, and there's 73 here, and I got rid of 273 in the book haul, so 200. Anyway, these two go with this book, which I had already read 150 pages of, and I was enjoying it, so I don't know why I was just like, let's chuck it. And I got rid of all my other zombie books that I know of, so like this is my one zombie series, so I'm like, yeah, it might be a little outdated, but I'm gonna try it. I got rid of The Night Circus, so I thought, you know what, maybe I do want to try like a YA. I have a feeling I'm probably not gonna like it, but it is a signed copy, so I should at least give it a try. Then we've got another signed copy by Alex Flynn. I don't know when I'm gonna read this. I did read one of her other stories that was like a fairy tale retelling, which was A Kiss in Time. I enjoyed it. Both of those are signed, and I don't think she attends many book signings, so I feel like they're kind of rare. And then we've got these three right here. I did read Thornjack. It was also very creepy, like in line with Winter Song creepy, and super atmospheric. And I think that even though they are a bit slower, they're also adult, and they're kind of like the reader I want to be. So I think I do want to read it slow, not trying to binge through like I normally do when I read, and just really take my time with it and see how I like it. This one's a signed copy, so I was like, okay. This one's an ARC, so I couldn't sell it. This one was signed, and this is part of the series, and it was like personalized to me, so I was like, okay, I'll give this author another try, even though I did not like Freefall. But you know what? I did like the writing of Freefall. There were certain things I thought it could have went differently. I don't know. This one is the sequel to this creepy book, The Winter Song. And I just didn't really feel like it needed a sequel, even though it did not have a happy ending, because I don't think that it becomes a happy ending in the second book, so I don't know. But it was super atmospheric, and I loved the writing, so I was like, I'll keep it for writing skills references, possibly. This one the author gave me, so it's also signed. It's also just very different, so it's got like Aztec stuff, so I'm like, okay, maybe. But also, for these signed ones that I'm hesitant about, I think I might do like a try books that I'm hesitant about, like try a chapter, and then if I don't like them, unhaul them or something like that, or put them on a these books self-destruct whatever thing, and then try to sell them. I think I can get a little more for them than going to the shop I went to, because they are signed copies. This is a signed out of print copy. It's also an adult fantasy, so I don't have a lot of that. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a try. This one and this one, same authors, personalized, signed to me. This one's an ARC, so I couldn't sell it. This one signed to me. I think this one might be signed. I can't remember. I got it in a book box, but I realized I don't really have a lot of sapphic period, let alone like sapphic fantasy, and it's got like two princesses thing, and I just think the reversal of that trope could be really cool. So I think I should give it a try. This one, I felt like maybe I'm too old for this, and a lot of the series that were written when I was a teenager, which this one would have been when I was like, 18 or like very, very early 20s, finishing this sucker out. They probably haven't aged well as far as being politically correct. However, I think I should at least give it a go, because it could be amazing, like When I Fell in Love with Amanda Hawking's books. I feel like this has the potential for me to fall in love with it. So even though I've gotten much older, so I don't know, we'll see. Then we've got The Detour, which I've already read. All of these right here, I've already read. So it's not like I'm adding them onto my TBR, because I've already read them. But anyway, this one I thought was really crafty thriller, and because I did keep The Compound, and I have the sequel to The Compound, and I have her book The Raft, I'm just like, okay, well, I've kind of built up a collection of this author, so I might as well keep them. These two, I really did like Passenger. I don't think I liked Wayfarer as much because there was less romance. But I was like, okay, another one where I feel like maybe I need to take my time with it, because I think maybe for Wayfarer, I might have listened to the audio and not read it physically. I'm not sure. That can make a difference in my reading experience depending on the book. So we'll see. We already talked about Winter Song. Then we've got The Fates Divide and Carve the Mark, which I hated. However, my friend insists that the things that I commented where I was like, I actually really do like this banter or this situation, she completely insisted that those sorts of situations were throughout the whole book. And the thing is that when books are long and I've been depressed and I'm listening to them in audiobook, it is very likely that I just tuned out for sections. And then when I tuned back in, I didn't feel lost. So I just kept listening and I didn't backtrack. And I may have missed some of the emotional bits that would have made me appreciate the series more. So that duology with Carve the Mark and The Fates Divide, as well as the Clockwork series, I think it may be a case of the audiobooks ruined it for me, and I would be better off physically reading it, because I have noticed with Cassandra Clare books, I've never enjoyed the audiobooks as well as I have physically reading them. I feel like she's one of those authors, kind of like J.K. Rowling, where the writing's not really the best, but the storytelling, the way that she breaks down chapters as if each chapter is a short story, you get more out of it when you almost read it as short stories instead of trying to fly through 500 to 800 page books. So that may be like a separate video where it's like, hey, I reread books I hate to see if I like them any differently type video. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. Then we've got First and Then. The more I thought of it, I was like, you know what? I did enjoy that book. It's been a super long time. And as soon as I thought about taking it and never reading it again, I kind of wanted to reread it again. Like, I would be fine picking that up right now and reading it. So before I saved any of these books, that was the one that made me give them a harder look. This one, so some people said it was intrusive, like it showed too much of what it's like to have a disability and to be in a wheelchair and how vulnerable you have to be. And it was also like a male character that was put into that situation. And some people found it offensive. But I will tell you, this book, along with Taking by Kimberly Durting, are the books that have made me cry the most in my entire life. both of those books made me cry at least every other chapter. So I'm like, am I going to recommend that book knowing that some people found it offensive? I don't think I can do that. But would I keep it and maybe reread it in the future? I think so. I agree that, you know, looking into it, it may have been a bit too intrusive, but it also wasn't not accurate, if that makes sense. But there were some things where I am like, okay, her talking about like, oh, he's in a wheelchair, but he's still super muscular. That sort of thing is like, okay, you don't have to make him like this macho man for him to still be masculine, because you do have your muscles atrophy when you're in those sorts of situations. So I get people's complaints. But anyway, we already talked about A Kiss in Time. Then we've got Gathering Water. I already read this one. I actually really enjoyed it, and I just never bought the rest of the books because I'm a cheapskate. So what I need to do is at some point I need to just reread this, suck it up, and buy the rest of the books. They are indie, so I'll have to pay full price. It's very unlikely that there's going to be like some used copies that I can get, but it's fine. This one, again, one of my favorite books probably of all time, one of the most original books that I have ever read. It's a fantasy. I am just freaking mad that the authors have not continued the series because it's amazing and I need more. Okay? I need more. So if you're watching, hurry up and write the next book. It's like a sister team. Anyway, I really enjoyed that. And I just kind of was like, you know what? It's a signed copy. It's made out to me. And it was like one of my favorite books of all time. So honestly, I think at this point, I just have to accept the fact that they didn't finish it and just enjoy the first book for what it is. Since you've been gone, I might just try to sell this one because I did not like the cheating aspect of it. It is a signed copy by Morgan Matson, so I don't feel like a lot of people have those. So I might be able to get like $30 or something instead of just regular cost price. I don't know. This one, Hook's Little Mermaid, is another indie book the author signed to me. I really enjoyed this and I enjoyed the sequel. So I was like, you know what, thinking about it, yeah, I might reread that at some point. This one, I really do want to give this away to a Muslim viewer. So if you are a Muslim viewer, or you have like someone that's Muslim in your life that would enjoy like a Muslim YA romance, let me know. One of the best thrillers I've ever read and one of the first adult thrillers that I read. This made me be more open to adult. And I was just like, you know what? Give it a couple years. I can reread again with fresh eyes. I might really enjoy that. This one, it is told in verse. It's kind of like an upper middle grade / younger YA. It's also by Kelsey Sutton, which is a booktuber and an author and an indie. So I'm like, okay, I did enjoy that. So I think I might just keep it. It was signed, so might as well. This one was an interesting read. I did not like it. I didn't love it. It had stuff to say. Like it is like a feminist tale, but it's very disguised. It was good. I don't know if I want to reread it again. That might be something where it's like, try it again and see. Maybe I'm not even really aware of how I felt about it. I'm not sure. And then of course we got The Fates Divide. So we might have some self-destruct books in this pile and some books I'm iffy about, but we'll try, and then like a video of I reread something that I hated and see if I like it, because I honestly do feel like when it comes to at least the Clockwork series, if I read it physically, I feel like that is going to change the way I feel about it. But anyway, I know that was kind of like a dark video as far as film quality goes, but I just wanted to do this quickly to show you the books that I did save. So if you see those get put back on my bookshelf, you won't be like, oh, she lied to me. She never got rid of any books. I did get rid of like 200 books. They are officially gone from my house. I was offered $300 store credit, but I didn't do that. I took $80 cash and $100 store credit instead. And I got some new books, so I'll do a book haul. Thanks for watching. Which of these books do you want me to try first? Which one should I try? Again, these ones over here I've already read, so don't pick one of those. Pick one of the ones I have not. I have not read or I need to continue. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.